Hey guys, Miss Brome here. I've been in the garden growing. We were thinking about doing that at the end of this school year. And I had a yoga class that went so good that I thought, let me try to tape it so that we can all enjoy it. And anytime you need a pick me up, or anytime you need to slow down, or anytime you need just a chance to find some calm, right? We're going to remain calm in the garden by knowing that we can use a yoga break is another option that we have in our toolbox. So today I was specifically thinking about Lucy lettuce, and here's my lettuce hat. But because my yoga class was about thinking outside the box, let's get outside the crayon box and about thinking how our yoga can help us be very colorful and bright, and we can make beautiful pictures with our colors, our crayons. And so we wanted to think about the book, The Day the Crayons Quit. So some of you have enjoyed this good story before, and you know that the crayons each write Duncan a letter about either that they're working so very, very hard, or either they're not working hard enough, and they all just throw in the towel, right? They're done, they quit. And so there's a sequel to this where the crayons come home, but it's really, really fun. Story in a neat format to think about the crayons writing letters to Duncan. All right. Well, poor Duncan just wanted to color. And of course, he wanted his crayons to be happy. And that gave him an idea. When Duncan showed his teacher his new picture, she gave him an A for coloring and an A for creativity. Yeah, we want to use all the colors because that's when we have the best picture, and that's when we live our best lives. And so I wanted to show you a picture. I did some coloring this weekend with a yoga class. This is a picture of Miss Brome. I had my husband help me outline myself, and then look at this. Isn't this awesome sauce? It's Miss Brome with all her feelings. It's Miss Brome with her body and her brains and her heart and all the things that are going on inside Mrs. Brown, around Mrs. Brown. There's somewhere down there her feet. Can you see the feet? There they are. So I use lots of colors, right? And it's when you put all those colors together that you get your very best picture. I was also learning on this weekend that when you feel a lot of stress, a lot of demands that you're trying to accomplish, it's very helpful to be creative as one of your ways to manage the stress well. And so let's work our crayon box today. So we'll start first by standing up nice and tall and putting your hands over your heart. All right. And then I want you to lift your heart into your hands. And when you do, see if your shoulders don't drop down your back body, and see if maybe your chin doesn't even, like your head is over in your body and not forward, like so many times when we're over a computer or device or a tablet or phone, right? So let's again put your hands over your heart and lift your heart into your hands. And then just take some deep breaths there. In her book, I Think I Am Love, Susan Brady talks about how when you take hands to heart like this, you increase oxytocin in your body, which is one of those feel-good chemicals. So even if you just learn one thing from these tools today, this is one of those strategies that might be helpful for you. Take one more big deep breath. And then lower your hands down by your side, and let's work our mountain pose. So mountain pose is when you really root your feet into the floor. So Miss Brim will show you my awesome green tennis shoes today. And you see how when I use my feet glue stick to the floor, it's like they are stuck, right? They really feel strong and firm. And inside my shoe, my foot is really pressing on all the corners of my feet to really feel the floor. And you can even take shoes off if you're at home. Of course, at school, we want to keep the shoes on. All right. But yeah, if we're going to feel the floor, our hands are going to be down by our side and spark, and our shoulders are rolling up and back and down so that we are strong and stable like a mountain. Now, think about a mountain. A mountain doesn't move, right? There may be changes to a mountain, but it usually takes lots of years, right, to have a mountain change. So it's pretty steady, pretty dependable, pretty stable. And that's what you want right now in your own body as you squeeze all the muscles to the bones inside of you. And now think about what color a mountain is. Somebody told me a mountain can be blue, and that makes me think of our Blue Ridge Mountains. And I also think about sometimes mountains are illustrated with purples. Mountains can be green with all the trees growing on them, or maybe even white as you think about how some mountains are snow covered. All right, breathe your arms up overhead and then exhale them down. And take those arms one more time up overhead with a big breath in and then a big breath out. And then now let's work a movement that's kind of the opposite in our imagination, not in our bodies. Our bodies are going to still be very nice and strong and stable, but we're going to work balance. So we're going to have some fluidity here, some moving. So we're going to take a foot and root it into the ground. Glue stick it down, then take the other foot and put the hand onto the ankle. Now you're going to take your belly button to the floor, push your ankle into your hand as you reach out the leg that you're balancing on. That hand goes forward, and this pose is called the dancer pose. So breathe as you stretch, breathe as you balance. And welcome the wibble wobble as you breathe, because that's you getting stronger. Work one more breath. And then gently lower the back leg and then shake out the standing leg because it was working really hard. And let's try that balance on the other side. As we grow roots into the floor with this foot, think about the colors of dancers. Oh my goodness, they have all kinds of pretty costumes, and ballerinas I think of wearing, tutus or flowy costumes. And then there's costumes or dances that have sharp, choppy movements to them. Maybe those colors are more yellows and reds in my imagination. There's no right answer to what you picture a dancer, the color of a dancer in your mind. Just use your imagination and let that color come to your mind as you take the opposite ankle to hand and reach forward to balance the dancer on this side. All right, lower the back leg and shake out the standing leg. It was working really hard. And now let's set up for triangle pose. So triangle pose is going to be toes towards your device. And then you take one toe and you take it out to the side. So I'm going to take this toe and go sideways. So both legs are long and strong, like the sides of a triangle. One toe towards the device, one toe sideways. And my arms come up just like I've crossed a capital letter T. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to breathe in, grow nice and tall. And as I breathe out, I'll push out over my pointy toe and then roll one hand down towards it. And one hand reaches high. So now I can be lower on my leg here and maybe even reach the floor. But it's very important that I'm opening up this chest area here, helping with posture, helping me to be strong. So see if you've got a line of energy from the fingers that are tickling the ceiling tiles to the fingers that are reaching down to the floor, and breathe. Don't lock out this back leg or the forward leg. Keep a little micro bend in them as you work your triangle. All right, be strong in your legs, be strong in your tummy. Push through your lower body. Come on up. Take your toes now both out to the side and then be a star. Can you twinkle your fingers? Can you turn your body, your upper body side to side as you keep your lower body firm and stable and strong? Yeah. And then now take both toes back on railroad tracks, back towards your device, and then take the opposite toe out to the side. Now, triangle makes me think of the point of the crayon, right? The point that we like to keep sharp so it can color well. All right, so we are going to work the triangle on this side. Stretch those arms out, breathe in, grow tall. Exhale, push out over the pointy toe. Roll one hand down, reach one hand high, and open up your triangle on this side. Keeping a little micro bend in the legs as you work. Now, if you work this triangle at home on your own without Miss Brome, remember that you can breathe for three breaths, or maybe you hold it for 5 breaths, or maybe you even try to challenge your body and hold it for 10 breaths. But breathe as you work. Know that you can do hard things. You're doing hard things. You're getting them done. You have done hard things in the past, and you can continue to work hard and do your best. And breathe in and push up and find your tall body. And then take your toes. Again, I've got my toes kind of out like a star again. So my color will shine bright. And this time I'm going to turn, but I'm going to fold my star. Whoops, and there goes my crayon head. All right, and then I'll come back up, and then I'll straighten my star back out, and then I'll turn and fold on the other side. Oops, there goes the hat again. So come up and straighten and twist and fold. Come up and straighten and twist and fold. And now we're going to sharpen that pencil, yeah? Or that color pencil, that crayon, so to have a good tip as we work this sequence. All right. And then come up and straighten. Yay. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work a sandwich of warriors. All right. And angles. So we're going to have 3 poses. And why I say it's a sandwich is just because you're going to have the bread and the peanut butter in the bread, or you can have the bread. And if you want to put turkey or tuna or something other in the middle, and then bread. Right. So we're going to do the 3 poses and then switch and do it on the opposite side of our body. So the first pose we're going to do is going to go back to the same footprint that we had for triangle. So toes are going towards your device, and then one toe is out to the side. You're going to bend that leg. All right. So you got knee over ankle, and then you're going to stretch this leg back. Okay. Now, however wide you want that to be as you stretch your arms out is up to you. You can be a lot of space or not so much. All right. Whatever feels right is right. Now, if you start to like squinch your shoulders to your ears, all right, you want to lower shoulders by maybe taking palms to the ceiling and then sliding them back in the space where they need to be. All right, and this is your warrior. Now, when I think about warrior, it is somebody who is prepared to fight, but a warrior is going to be somebody who is strong, and they're passionate, and they are trying to make the world better as they work as a warrior, right? It's not necessarily a fight so much as sometimes it's how to use the words well. All right, how do you stand up for something important, for a cause? All right, and from here we're going to work warrior 2. That's called warrior 2 posture. We're going to work to peaceful warrior. Peaceful warrior is when you take the forward hand, reach it up and over, really strengthen and open the side body here to create good space for your breathing and your laughing. All right, and then you're going to come back down and through for side angle. So you warrior 2 moves into side angle by taking forearm to the thigh muscle, and then the hand reaches high or over the ear, and this body is still nice and open, not collapsed. And again, don't lock out the back leg as you work your side angle. And breathe. If you feel like you're dumping too much on this top of the leg, you can take that hand towards the device and really work the core strength here of the body. And breathe. One more breath. And then come on back through warrior two, and then come on back to center. And you can shake anything that might be a little wibble wobble as you bring toes back to the device. So that was our three postures, our three ways to work our bodies. And that was your bread and the goodie in your sandwich and the bread. All right, so that is the warrior two, the peaceful warrior, and the side angle. Great three postures to put together. And sometimes just knowing three postures you can do is good to know. I'm going to do this side in the chair so you know that you can also do these moves when you're seated. I think that's very valuable to know that. So you're going to have toes are forward, and then the one toe is out to the side as you stretch the opposite leg. Yeah. Reach your arms out, and here is a warrior two in your chair. Watch the space between your shoulders and your ears. If you have to lift palms to the ceiling, that can help you get her done. Warrior two is almost like riding a surfboard too, right? All right, the hand that's forward comes up and over, creating space in the side body. And then come on back down and through for side angle. So you stop at warrior two if you'd like, and then continue on. So this is the forearm resting on the thigh, and you're reaching high or reaching up over your ear and creating a line of energy from the fingertips to the foot that is pressing into the floor. And again, if you feel like you're dumping here and you're not working it, you can lift the hand, reach it towards the device as you stretch. And breathe. So as you draw your pictures, you often look at the top of the picture, the bottom of the picture, and turn it from this way and that to see all the angles. Yay. All right, come on back down and through. And anything that needs a little wiggle jiggle, you're welcome to do that. And then we're going to work our twist. So for our twist, what we're going to do is walk over to the side of our chair. All right, sit on the side of the chair, and I'll turn my rolly chair around so you can see me. And then reach back to the back of your chair. Grow tall on the inhale as you reach over and look behind you. These are great to know and to do when you're seated at school or you have lots of Zooms. And then you can tiptoe over to the other side of your chair. All right, so I'll tiptoe this way, right? And then I'll look back. Here's the back of my chair. I'm sitting kind of sideways in it, and I'll grow tall on the breath in, and on the breath out, I'll get more of a twist in my body. Yogis say that this realigns your spine after you've been doing some moving. And do one more big breath. And then you're ready to relax. So sit comfortably today. Or if you'd like to, you can lay on the floor and put your legs in your chair. If you're at home and you have that option, you can lay down on the floor completely. You can rest any way that feels right for you. And today I'd like you to close your eyes and think about as you rest, as you sit comfortably, as you lay comfortably, think about your favorite color. And as this color pops into your mind, think about where this color shows up in your world. Maybe you find it in your closet. Maybe you have lots of clothes with this color, or maybe it's out there in the world, the big wide world somewhere. It's a natural color that you can see, or maybe it's a color that is maybe something that's more that you see indoors versus outdoors. Just investigate and question in your mind, where do I see this color that I love so very much? And then next, think about a color that you feel right now. And as that color kind of comes to your mind, and it's just your imagination, there's absolutely no right answer to this question. Because if you look at the colors in Inside Out movie versus the colors in Dr. Seuss's My Many Colored Days, they each have different interpretations of what a color is, a feeling is, and see if you can match the color that you came up with. See if you can match it to a feeling word. Do you have a feeling vocabulary word that you can attach to it? And then just sit right there with that color shimmering and glowing all about as you take some deep breaths. And on your next breath, just give a little movement to your arms and legs and fingers and ankles, and maybe even roll your head from side to side. And flutter your eyelids open when you're ready and stretch arms maybe overhead. If you're on the floor, you can pull knees to your chest and rock and roll on your back body. And find your way to a tall seated position and tell me how you feel. I had some folks tell me earlier today that they felt yellow, which meant for this little fella, happy. Somebody felt sea green. And when I asked about that, I believe she said that it made her think about a cruise that her family was going on this summer. Somebody else said that they were feeling more like teal. And when I asked about that, she thought about dolphins and about swimming with dolphins, playing with dolphins. And she also was going on a cruise and she was looking forward to lots of good food. I'm not sure what food made me teal, but maybe. Miss Broom, I'm feeling kind of green because I'm thinking about feeling very calm today. And I'm also thinking about how, when I think about the color green, I'm thinking about how I'm growing. And today I'm feeling very confident and very strong and very calm and ready for this school year. As we end the school year, I'm thinking about being very open and curious and being very present to finish in a strong way. I hope this helps you to feel strong in your bodies. There is a yoga word that is namaste. The word means that the light that shines bright in me, the colors that we find and discover about us, that color shines bright. And I honor and appreciate that you have color and brightness about you too. So there's a song that I like to sing to help me remember that word and what it means. And it goes like this: Namaste is what we say to the good in you from the good in me. Say namaste every day, and the world will live in harmony. Yes, so we put our hands together, palms together, thumbs to the heart, and we bow our heads to say that word, namaste, friends. Thank you so much for playing with me. I hope you feel ready to do whatever it is that you have to do next.